We are live. Hi, everyone. Lovely to see you here, Anna. Whether you're in this side of the world and it's morning or lunchtime for you, or whether you're in the evening or watching the replay, welcome to those of you who join us or watch the replay. Anna, it's lovely to have you here. Do you want to say hi to everyone and introduce our topic for today?
Thank you, Karen. It's very lovely to be back with you on our monthly conversation, meaningful conversation for entrepreneurs. And today we plan to talk about who do we choose to be in our team. As if we have a movie, we create a movie of our life. Who do you want to cast for the main role and all the roles in that movie to make it successful? So let's just see how the conversation roll out.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Anna. And I love the way that you put that, in that, we are the director of our own movie. We are creating our life, and we're the star, or we get to choose the role we're playing, and then we get to choose those people who we bring in to our movie, to our chapter in our life. I always want us to remember that everything is a choice for us. And so choosing the right people in your team is so, so helpful for you to have that ongoing business or even ongoing 10 out of 10 life, that you reduce stress, basically have an easy, peaceful life, and everything flows for you. So I'm going to start. I want to start by talking about choosing the right people, choosing those people who really fit with your own business. And one of the ways to do it is to know your own company or business ethos. So if you want to choose the right people, it's really important that they have bought in or enrolled in your business ethos, in all of the important things about you, your business culture, your business values, and your own. And so we can talk a little bit about, I know, Anna, you've got some really good points to talk a bit about that today.
Thanks, Karen. I like the way you started it. First of all, you have to know why you're needing people in your team, right? And I remember having a conversation with somebody last week at one of the networking events, and that person say, "The world is a stage. Each of us play a role in it." I so like it. So resonate with how I see it. I see that we were born into this world playing a role in it. So if the world is your stage, how do we play our role in it? How lovely is that? So I have that I think it is reconfirm how I go about with my life since I was little. Like my mom always instilled that belief that everyone around you is a good friend, like treat people nicely, respect everybody that you meet. And I didn't know that, you play a role like on the stage of the world. And I believe that it's Shakespeare say that as well, didn't? Is it in, the world is a stage, and we all play a role. So with that in mind, with everyone, I have tremendous respect, with everyday life. I treat everyone the same way I treat with people who I work with. But I find that when we choose to do something, to do something together, then there must be a way to select. Like, you selected to be an employee for a company. There's a panel that, interview you and select you. So they have to have a particular purpose so they can tell, are you going to meet that purpose and the criteria that they're looking for in a person? So yeah, so how do you do that? How do you define why you are looking for someone to partner with, or how do you do it, and who do you choose? Yeah, I would like to hear from you, Karen.
Yeah, I love the way you put that too, Anna, and that, you know, every business has a strategy. And I love that you brought up purpose, because a lot of people and businesses don't think of what is the deep seated purpose or why that owner and that business and is in business and that business has been established. We often think about selling product, selling services. Obviously, we want to make a profit, because if you don't make a profit, you don't have a business and you can't do your work. But many don't go further in and chunk down or chunk up and say, well, what's my core purpose? What are my core values? What is my business ethos? And so I would like to add some suggestions for those things. First of all, you want to establish your own. So let's look at a brand ethos, so that everyone out there knows what your business ethos is. So you create your ethos as part of your branding. So first of all, I would like to suggest that we are specific about that. Many businesses get hung up on words like trustworthy and reliable when they come to define their brand ethos, but these are very general things. What's more important to focus on the specific things that only apply to you and your business. Secondly, obviously, we want to be customer focused, because without customers, you've got no business either. Your customers are one of your most important assets. So your brand ethos has to present a company that your customers want to work with. And these days it has changed. People have changed their expectations about businesses they desire to work, about businesses and why they desire working with them or buying their products. So that it's really important to know who your target market is, who the people are you'll be selling to, and the values that they strive for as well. And it needs to form the basis of your ethos. And then you present that to your clients or to your market. And step 3, being real. It's really important. In fact, it's essential that the brand values we put forward are those that our customers genuinely want. No point in trying to sell things that people actually there's no demand for. So if that defines your ethos and you can be the catalyst that takes you there, you'll have customers wanting to come to you, and you'll have clients, and you'll have satisfied clients. And number 4, be consistent. So once you start to get clarity around your ethos, your business values, your culture, although you can update them and update various aspects of them, you want to really secure the loyalty that your brand, by branding yourself with a strong dependability that you keep, that remains with you over a long period of time. And you're consistently showing that, your brand's core values or your business's core values. And so once you define the brand essence for your organization, you can use it as a ground zero for everything, for all your marketing and for your strategies and systems around finding the right team. Because if you can produce this and discuss it with team members coming on board when you're deciding who you're going to bring on board, then if they are enrolled in your business ethos and values, from the beginning, then you've got a much better chance of having a strong team. Over to you, Anna.
So many good points in what you shared there, Karen. You know, when you talk about being authentic, being clear on why you bring someone into your team, and then respect other people, talent, and, you know, allowing room for them to grow within your team as well. And talking about recruiting, that is such a pain. I've talked to many entrepreneurs, and I know, you know, selecting the right candidates to work in your team is so difficult. And then it comes to communication. You know, sometimes entrepreneur having an amazing idea, bringing people into their team, but they could not communicate the main purpose, the vision, the mission to start with. So people come along and they have no clue why they're part of that team, apart from making an income. And that's not enough to keep people.
Yeah.
But I'm more focusing on bringing partners into your journey, not just someone who earn a salary. Someone who earn a salary, we can just, you know, engage HR department, and they are going to select the right people for us, and etc. You know, or you know who you look for when you interview for a certain purpose. But entrepreneur, to bring along with you, partnership with you for a long haul, in order to achieve something long term, finding people like that is not a simple task. Isn't it true? Because in that partnership, we need communication, we need trust, we need a person to be open-minded, to need the person to be able to listen to other, because you collaborate for something ahead. You know, moving forward is facing challenges, facing uncertainty, facing each other doubt and, you know, disparity, different way of thinking, different level of performance. How do we deal with each other in that space moving? Like all these problems in, you know, working with other people for a common purpose without knowing how do you contribute, you know, resources, time, effort, energy, money, and then how do you share the benefit later on when you succeed? And how do you share the lessons when you failed? Those are the things a lot of people are not looking into, and they find that they just care about what's your product, what's your service, you know, how are you going to make money? That's not enough for a strong, long-term, trusting collaboration. So I'm not sure how you deal with that when you're looking for partner. How do you address those issues, Karen?
Yeah, I love that, Anna. And I also love that you talk about, well, it's not just about HR and employing people, or we're not only talking about employees in a business. You could be an entrepreneur, a solopreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean you don't have a team, because your team is everyone you choose to carry out the tasks that are required. So, for example, your accountant, even though they're not employed by you, the person you choose to file your tax returns and process your accounts and advise you on financials is part of your team. Your
Exactly.
lawyer, yes, your lawyer, if you go to anyone for legal advice, they are part of your team. So we're not only talking about employees, because it's super important that everyone in your team shares your ethos, shares your values, knows and understands what your purpose and values are. So
how do you find them? In that case, how do you find these people to, you know, like, how do you find your accountant? How do you find your lawyers? How do you find people editing your work and stuff like that? Yeah.
It's the best thing, referral. You know, we do that in other parts of our lives all the time. Oh, I went and saw a great movie the other day. Do you like this? Do you like movies like this? Oh, why don't you go and see it? That's referral, right?
Exactly. Trust. We trust that person have a good judgment and they referred it to you. So you, through trust to someone you trust the next person, isn't it?
And then, as you say, you ask questions. Asking questions, the person who asks the questions has the most powerful is the most powerful in that communication. So to make sure that you've got the right accountant, the right lawyer, you ask questions of them that the answers are around which the answers are important to you to find out. And the quality of the questions is really important. So once you know your own ethos, then you can ask the questions that are relating to that. You want to establish your virtual identity by communicating your company's ethos effectively, even to the prospective accountant or lawyer, right? You also want to communicate, and once again, with each and every person you are looking to bring into your team, the possibility of bringing them into your team, you want to communicate your authentic backstory. People are often attracted to a story than anything else. And if you can communicate an authentic, real backstory, you will enroll people into your business or your dream, your vision by your backstories. And lastly, you want to draw inspiration from your values. Right?
Yep.
There's no one size fits all. Everyone has different values. And so if you can draw your own inspiration and then share that with others on, well, what are my values? What is important to me? What presses my buttons? What upsets me? What makes me cry when I see it? Or what makes me feel upset when I see something going on outside of me in the world, in other businesses? That's how you determine what your own values are.
I like the question about value because I see that we are different in details, but we share a lot in common. Like we all wanted to be safe. We all wanted to be secure. We all wanted to be connected and loved. We all wanted to be respected. We all wanted to prosper. You know, we all wanted to live happy life with other people around us. And if we can, we co-create something that is worth our time and effort. You know, so those are the things that I find in common. So when we are working in a workspace, we co-create with colleagues and your managers or your company. You contribute to create something, or you go out and create a business of your own. And no one build a big business by themselves, to be honest. Even solo entrepreneur, they say solo, but you still contracted with other people to provide a service or product. Yeah, because you go out, you have a business because you want to provide a certain product or services. Is that true? Without a product or services, how can you produce anything? Your service can be your time, your knowledge, your wisdom, you know, your teaching, or your products could be anything, you know, sunglasses, clothes, and things that we use everyday life. So what I'm saying is we share a lot in common. We share a lot in common. But sometimes we forget that. And that's why we go out there and we don't even know, why am I here in this interaction? What can I bring to this? You know, if we can bring to the other person love, connection, respect, we can almost connect with anyone and collaborate with anyone. It's not really that hard. But it is so hard at the same time, you know, when we work with people. In your opinion, in your experience, why so, you know, and how do you address that when, you know, human interaction fall apart? How do you address that? Or how do you select from the first place so that you avoid that problem of, falling apart and disrespect each other, or, fighting over profit and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yeah, they're all really, really good questions and good points, Anna. One of the things I want to answer that in a second. One of the things I would like to speak to that you brought up was, we all want to be safe, we all want safety, we all want security. And here's the thing, as I said earlier, we're not the same. No, we don't have exactly the same values. And so when you say, yeah, we all want to be safe, that's true. But what is safety for you? Because you feeling safe and me feeling safe may be two very different parameters. You feeling secure and me feeling secure, once again, may require different different situations or have different parameters. And so it's important to understand that and ask people, what would, if you were in our team, how would you feel secure? And the other thing you alluded to was to how to find out they are the right people and they do share your values and they do share your ethos and they do buy into your culture, is to ask examples like, tell me a situation in the past when you were in a relationship with, another business owner, or when you were in another role. What would you do if something happened? How would you deal with it? And so if you think up the kind of examples of things that will really show a person's true character when a difficult situation came up, you can often glean some really important insights into them when you ask those kinds of questions. When you say, tell me a situation that was really difficult for you to deal with and how you dealt with it. And then tell me a situation where you felt went really well and the outcome was very positive and you grew from that and helped to grow the business. So ask, opposites.
So you would like me to share a difficult situation and a situation where it worked well? Yeah?
No, I'm saying...
you say it in general to people.
That's how you start to determine if a person is right for your team. You ask them questions like that and see what their answer is to get insights into, well, how would they react if our business got into difficulties? How would they react if some other people in the team were working against each other, not with each other? They were becoming abrasive and becoming disruptive. What would you do? Things like that. Ask, how would you deal with it? And the way people answer these kind of questions gives you a lot of insight into their values.
That's a really good tip there, Karen. So moving forward, what kind of, do you have a framework or a type of people that you would like to collaborate with or would like to work with or partner with? If you're looking for partners, can you share that with the audience?
Yes, thank you, Anna. Yes, I'm looking for other business owners to co-create with or collaborate with who work in the realm of making a difference, transformation in other people's world. So for me, it's really important to have a business and to do my business that way with people, other people who, so I coach people who one of their core driving forces is to make a huge impact in other people's world.
That's amazing. Just the ethos is so strong. You know clearly whatever you do, it have to benefit other people. So people collaborate with you, have to have that kind of mindset. Come together to do something good for other people.
Yeah.
So that is the ethos. And, and from there, project come about, where that's entrepreneur. We get together, and we co-create, don't we?
Yeah.
And some people have a plan that is so workable, achievable. You can join force and create that together. And some don't have a plan yet, can come together and find out the plan, the achievable plan to actually do something together that is beneficial for the wider community. And I really like to hear that. And that's why you're attracted to me. I'm attracted to you because you've been working with you nearly 4 years, and I can see your heart. I can see how respectful you are, the transparency and vulnerability. You're so real, You're so real, so authentic, so respectful and loving. And that's what's so attractive. That's, I would not let you go. I'm going to find you, Don't let me go. If you let go of me, I'll be like, okay, if I don't suit you or something I do that upset you, I'm not sure. But in my heart, I see those qualities in you, and we would never want to let you go. So that's how I operate, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. And I think that's so lovely what you've said about me. I really appreciate your beautiful words. And I think that the important thing here is to understand people's intention. So like you said, my intention is to work with people and to make a difference in a community. My why is freedom for humanity.
So we have the same. You said the same.
Yeah. And so, if someone's intention is to sell a product simply to make money, I'm not interested. Sorry. If someone comes to me and says, I want to build my business, I've got this product I sell, I just want to increase the sales and sell as many as I can, I'm sorry, I'm not going to work with those people.
What is good as well, because the world needs some good product, and someone have to be passionate about selling that to bring the product to people, which may be not not attractive to you. Yeah, but it is good in its own way.
Sorry. Yeah, but if their intention is to sell simply to make money, if their intention is to sell a good product because it's going to benefit the community in a big way, that's okay. Then I'm okay with that. So it's all about our intention. Sorry, I overtalked you. I talked over.
I'm excited when you say it. Yeah, so lovely. Yes, I know what you mean. Like, like the intention, so some intention is less attractive, let's say, but everyone have to make a living. So if their intention is to enrich their life by making more money and creating the product or services for other people, and the market will eliminate bad product anyway. The market will, because no one wants to pay for something that is not beneficial to them. So the market will select the high quality, and you can't last doing a business with the wrong intention. That's in my opinion. So, but in terms of finding people to partner with, I'm with you. We have to share the common value, and your value is very high. On the ladder of value, the value of I make a living to support my family, or I've just earned an income to make sure that my life is sustained, or the value. But you have achieved all that, and your value is getting higher and higher. To this point in your life, your value is about serving. So you collaborate with people who have that higher value, higher intention, and I get you, and I can understand that part. And so that's why you select different people for different purpose at different period in your life as well. Like at that period in my life, all I wanted to find a job. I just graduated from university, and all I care about is getting a job. I wanted a job, anything that pays so I can pay my bills. And then when I get past that, I got a wider connection, and I got, the network, the security of job is no longer an issue. Then I move on to create something bigger with a bigger group of people. So, my God, time is flying, but I would like to share that now at this stage in my life, I'm not that selective of who I partner with. However, I would not look in a person to collaborate with. I no longer look for just the degree, how many degree, or how old are you, or I don't look for that anymore, because degrees doesn't really make a difference moving forward. God, what I've been done, what have I done with all my degrees is just behind me. Moving forward is about creating something for the benefit of many others. So what I look for is the character, the person that has the perseverance, have the who has a desire to do something bigger than just earning an income. Yeah, so those are the character that I look for. A person who willing to listen and to learn and to grow and to go beyond. I love those quality. I love those character. Who willing to, who humble enough to think that we are not defined by the label or the education or the amount of money you got. We're not defined by that, but humble enough to know that we are born to do something, to play a role in this world. So those are the kind of things that I'm very attracted to. So those are the things I look for. And those are like 98% of my decision factor. Credibility, or what you've done before, or, what you've been creating so far, is just like 2%. Maybe some people perform better because they've done a lot of things. And some people have to start from zero, and some even start from minus, But if they're willing to move forward, creating something significant, I'm sure that people can learn and grow. And as long as they have that grow character and humility and appreciation for, the beauty of this life, I'm all in. Partner with me. I'm happy to work with you if you are like that. That's how I choose. What about you?
That's amazing, Anna. I love what you've said. You've encapsulated everything in those words. I agree with everything you've said. And so what I would like to say is, if anyone who watches this replay would like to partner with Anna or find out more about partnering with Anna, please reach out to Anna on LinkedIn and have a one-to-one, and you'll be surprised at what a wonderful
Karen.
person.
Same with Karen. You'll be surprised. When I met you, I gained that, beautiful smile, and I feel that I feel the respect and the humility in you from the very first introduction. And the more I know you, the higher value I find in you. And I love that. The more I know you, the more I have respect for you, and the more I learn from you. So that's what I love about a true and genuine relationship.
And that is exactly, thank you, Anna. And that's what you're looking for in choosing your team. You want to choose people who, as Anna said, share all of the same qualities and desires and goals and characteristics. And then it develops as you go along, and your regard for one another and your esteem for one another grows more and more, and your respect for one another and your appreciation of who you are, who each of you are, grows as you get to know and work together. And that is a true team that works. That is what we are looking for. So on that note, Anna, thank you so much. We will finish. It's 1:11. I love that 11 past. Every time I look at my phone lately, it's been 11 minutes past, and I believe there's a special energy and meaning around 11. So on that note, we'll say goodbye. Is there any last comments you want to make?
I feel high energy whenever I talk to you, and I can't wait to see you again in our next meaningful conversation for entrepreneur. And I look forward to that. Karen, thank you. Thank you for having me on your program.
Same, Anna, and I really enjoy our conversations.
Thank you.
All right, bye. Bye, Anna. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good month.